The nominations for the 94th Annual Academy Awards were announced on Tuesday morning, with The Power of the Dog and Dune earning the most nods. Tracy Ellis Ross and Leslie Jordan announced the nominations across 23 categories from an early morning event in Los Angeles ahead of the ceremony on March 27. Following its 8 nods at last week's BAFTA nominations and its 3 wins at January's Golden Globes, The Power of the Dog leads the nominations with 12 nods, including Best Picture, Leading Actor for Benedict Cumberbatch, Supporting Actress for Kirsten Dunst, and Director and Adapted Screenplay for Jane Campion. The Western drama is the film adaptation of Thomas Savage's 1967 novel and was released in theaters as well as Netflix late last year. The film stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Jesse Plemons and Cody Smith-McPhee, who also both earned a supporting actor nomination on Tuesday, as secretive, psychologically dueling rivals on a 1920s Montana ranch. Its nominations were for Supporting Actress, Achievement in Sound, Original Score, Adapted Screenplay, Supporting Actor, Film Editing, Cinematography, Production Design, Best Actor, Director and Best Picture. Campion is the first woman to ever be nominated twice for Best Director. Last year, Chloe Zhao became the second woman to ever win the award. Meanwhile, Campion's director of photography on The Power of the Dog, Ari Wegner, is the second woman ever nominated for Best Cinematography. Benedict will go head-to-head with Will Smith for King Richard, marking his third Oscar nomination and a strong chance at his first win for the biopic of Venus and Serena Williams' father. Meanwhile, Denis Villeneuve's star-studded sci-fi epic Dune, based on Frank Herbert's 1965 novel, landed a slew of technical nods, along with a nod for the top prize for Best Picture, bringing its total to 10. Belfast landed 7 nods including Best Picture, Judi Dench for Supporting Actress, marking her 7th acting nomination and a chance at a second win, and a nomination for Sir Kenneth Branagh in the Director category. The film star Jamie Dornan was snubbed in the Leading Actor category, after also missing out in last week's BAFTA nominations. While the leading man missed out, Kieran Hines did pick up a nod in the Supporting Actor category. The drama is based on Kenneth's childhood growing up in Northern Ireland at the height of the Troubles. The Oscar nominations follow the lead of the 2022 British Academy Film Awards, which were announced last week, with Dune, The Power of the Dog and Belfast also leading those nominations with 11, 8 and 6 respectively. The 94th Academy Awards, held at Hollywood's Dolby Theatre at Hollywood Highland Center in Hollywood, will air Sunday, March 27 on ABC at 8 p.m. ET. Last year, the global pandemic meant a socially distanced ceremony held at Los Angeles Union Station. Ratings plummeted to an all-time low of 9.85 million viewers. It was previously announced in January that Glenn Weiss will direct the telecast for the 7th consecutive time, while film producer Will Packer is serving as producer, and Shayla Cowan, the chief of staff of Parker's production companies, was named co-producer, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Craig Erwich, president Hulu Originals ABC Entertainment, maintained there will be a host for the 2022 Oscars, which will be a first since 2018 when Jimmy Kimmel had the honor of leading the ceremony that year, as well as in 2017. So far, the Academy HASNT made an official announcement as to who will play host on Hollywood's biggest night of the year. Following a television ratings tumble, the Academy have decided to reinstate a permanent host after using a rota of guest presenters, with sources claiming bosses were keen to enlist Ricky Gervais. A source told the Mail on Sunday, "Things are so desperate this year that the Academy, the organization behind the awards, even sent out a tweet asking people who they wanted as a host. A lot of fans said Ricky Gervais. There is growing talk that he should be offered the gig. H as the one man who could save the most boring show on television. The Oscars are always too long and viewers tune out when you get all these self-entitled celebrities going woke and banging on about their pet causes. Ricky would be a breath of fresh air. However, Ricky, 60, played down the chances of hosting the biggest night of the Hollywood year, saying, "They'd never let me do what I wanted. I mean, that's why the Globes got me. They said I could write my own jokes and say what I wanted, no rehearsals. I don't think the Oscars would ever allow me that freedom, and rightly so. It'd do the Oscars, but it won't happen. It'd get cancelled halfway through. The voting for this year's nominations ended on Tuesday, February 1st. As a result of last year's ceremony being delayed, this year marked the shortest eligibility window in Oscars history. The Oscars typically award films in the same calendar year, though in 2020, because of the theater closures due to COVID-19, the eligibility was pushed to February 28, 2021. This year, in an effort to get back to the calendar year format, the eligibility ran from March 1, 2021 to December 31, 2021. The Academy also announced more changes in April 2020, which will only be in effect for the 94th Oscars, which allows for films to open in more cities to be considered Best Picture eligible. A film previously had to be exhibited theatrically, at minimum, in Los Angeles County for 7 consecutive days in the same venue. The Academy revealed that, for the 94th Oscars, films may open in a commercial motion picture theater in one of 6 cities: Los Angeles, New York City, the Bay Area, Chicago, Miami and Atlanta within the eligibility window. Drive-in theaters that are open nightly are counted as commercial theaters, in the aforementioned cities. The Academy also revealed that, films intended for theatrical release but initially made available through commercial streaming, VOD service or other broadcast may qualify if the film is made available on the secure Academy Screening Room member site within 60 days of the streaming, VOD release or broadcast. Producers for eligible films also had to submit a confidential Academy Representation and Inclusion Standards entry. However, while the forms are required to be submitted, meeting the actual inclusion thresholds will not be required for eligibility in the Best Picture category until the 96th Oscars in 2024.